What happens when a perfect life starts falling apart, and instead of fixing it, you make it worse? Your Friends and Neighbors Season 1 dives into the life of Andrew Coop Cooper, a man who loses everything, his job, marriage, and stability, and turns to stealing from his wealthy neighbors just to survive. But what begins as a desperate move slowly turns into something much darker. Lies build up, secrets get exposed, and one mistake leads to another, until Coop finds himself trapped in a dangerous world he can't escape. And by the end, the biggest twist isn't what happens to him, it's the choice he makes. The episode opens with Andrew Coop Cooper waking beside a dead body, then flashes back months earlier to show how his life fell apart. After losing his job and going through a painful divorce, Coop struggles financially while trying to maintain his rich lifestyle. His relationship with his kids becomes strained, and desperation kicks in. At a neighbor's party, he impulsively steals cash and realizes how easy it is. This moment sparks a dangerous idea: stealing from wealthy neighbors who wouldn't even notice. By the end, Coop takes his first step into crime, unaware that this decision will spiral into something far more serious. Coop's situation worsens as he fails to secure a new job, pushing him deeper into theft. He begins selling stolen items through a pawnshop owner, learning the risks of his actions. At the same time, his personal life grows more complicated, especially with his secret relationship with Sam. While attending his daughter's tennis event, Coop uses the opportunity to break into another house, stealing valuables and uncovering hidden secrets about his neighbors. However, his growing confidence comes with danger as the pawnshop owner starts suspecting him. By the end, Coop is more involved in crime than ever, and the consequences slowly begin catching up. Coop's double life becomes harder to manage as problems pile up from every direction. Financial pressure increases, and legal troubles force him to consider expensive solutions. At home, tensions rise as his son faces issues after a reckless party, while his ex-wife Mel struggles emotionally. Despite everything, Coop continues robbing houses, discovering disturbing secrets about his neighbors' lives. Things escalate during a neighborhood gathering where chaos breaks out, leading to injuries and rising suspicion. Later, while attempting another theft, Coop is suddenly caught at gunpoint, marking a major turning point. For the first time, his actions directly put his life in serious danger. After being caught during a robbery, Coop discovers the person holding him at gunpoint is Elena, a housekeeper who has also been stealing from the same homes. Instead of exposing him, she proposes they work together, forcing Coop into an uneasy partnership. As they plan future thefts, Coop's personal life continues to unravel. Mel's emotional struggles come to the surface during her birthday, bringing unresolved tension between them. Meanwhile, Coop grows more comfortable with crime, taking bigger risks. By the end, his alliance with Elena marks a major shift. He's no longer acting alone, and his actions are becoming far more dangerous than before. Coop's criminal activities escalate as he plans a high-risk art theft with Elena. Confident in his skills, he targets Sam's house while she's away, expecting an easy job. However, things take a shocking turn when he slips on blood and discovers a dead body inside. The victim is revealed to be Sam's ex-husband, Paul. Panic sets in as Coop realizes he's now connected to a possible murder scene. He quickly tries to clean up any evidence and escape unnoticed. This moment ties back to the opening scene of the season, confirming the mystery. Now, Coop isn't just a thief. He's trapped in something far more dangerous. The aftermath of the murder begins to unfold as police start investigating Paul's death. Coop tries to act normal, but suspicion slowly builds around him, especially due to his past conflict with Paul. Meanwhile, he attempts to reconnect with his family during a college visit, sharing brief moments of normalcy with Mel. However, his criminal life refuses to let him go. Out of nowhere, Coop is brutally attacked by men connected to an art dealer he previously crossed. Left seriously injured, he realizes the consequences of his actions are becoming physical and unavoidable. By the end, Coop is no longer in control. He's now a target. Recovering from his injuries, Coop tries to stay under the radar, but the investigation into Paul's death intensifies. Detectives begin connecting the dots, and evidence starts pointing toward him. Coop continues lying to protect himself, even distancing from Elena to avoid suspicion. However, his past actions catch up when crucial evidence is discovered, including a weapon linked to the crime. Despite his efforts to stay ahead, it's too late. By the end of the episode, Coop is arrested for Paul's murder, a crime he didn't commit. This marks a major turning point as his double life finally collapses under pressure and consequences. After his arrest, Coop is released on bail but remains the prime suspect in the murder case. His reputation is destroyed as neighbors and friends begin to doubt him, especially after his affair with Sam becomes public. Returning home, Coop faces another shock. His hidden stash of stolen money is missing. As tensions rise, conflicts explode between Mel and Sam, turning emotional and physical. Coop starts reflecting on how his life spiraled out of control, realizing every decision led him here. With pressure closing in from all sides, he understands that escaping this situation won't be easy, setting the stage for the final confrontation. In the finale, Coop prepares for the worst while trying to prove his innocence. As he investigates further, he uncovers clues pointing towards Sam, including a hidden burner phone. With Elena's help, he digs deeper and discovers the truth. Paul's death was not murder, but a staged suicide. Sam manipulated the scene to protect herself and secure financial benefits, framing Coop in the process. When confronted, she breaks down and is arrested. Coop is finally cleared of all charges and regains his life. However, instead of changing, he embraces his darker side, choosing to continue his life of crime moving forward. So that was your Friends and Neighbors Season 1, a story of how one bad decision can completely change everything. Coop lost his job, his family, and almost his freedom, but somehow managed to get it all back. But here's the twist. He doesn't want his old life anymore. Instead of learning his lesson, he chooses to continue down the dark path, proving that he's no longer the same person we met at the beginning. And with Season 2 coming next, things are only going to get more intense, more dangerous, and way more unpredictable. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because Season 2 is going to be insane.